Yep.
Okay. Make sure it's going. Okay, it looks like we're probably live. Yep, that's the notification. Okay, we took a little bit of a break there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, we took a little bit of a break there, right? Ooh, a little bit of an echo too. Okay, so we left off.
We got
in
the ring in the chest, and I put the rock that I cast the chest for in my coin purse. And
Hopefully there's nobody around with sticky fingers.
then
Teasing.
I'm like,
she gives me the silent. God. You've had your coin purse stolen yesterday.
yeah, but that was a different game,
I
was
know.
it?
It was. Okay, keep going. I'm listening. And everybody's getting rest.
I think it's time that we get some much needed rest.
Sleep.
Because I am completely exhausted.
Most of the guys are already asleep.
Everyone else is too.
Do you like my cool game mat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's awesome.
What's going on?
I have,
Oh, you got the good pretzels.
Would you like to
I have the collection. The whole Chinese, or the
You want some?
the Ghibli collection.
So I've noticed that's been on Facebook, but is it, it's DVD, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But is it a cool collection though?
Yeah, it has everything on the map. And probably maybe more. I've watched them all pretty frequently.
That's cool. Okay. So you're going to sleep too?
Yeah.
You? Allegiant, Theoden, and Fluter Flan already went to bed. You go to bed too?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're out in the stables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, can't we go back in to the inn now that we don't have technically the ring on us? Or it's not anywhere on this plane?
Oh, you could try.
The other three are already asleep. So
Yeah. They're already asleep on the straw.
Well, let's just get some sleep then.
Okay. You too?
yeah.
Okay. You guys all get some sleep. You wake up in the morning and
Okay.
Aiden and Fluter Flan are putting their armor back together, gathering their stuff. Allegiant opens the barn door and walks in and says, "That innkeeper, good cook. You should try some of his food. I just had breakfast. It was delicious."
Okay, well, I'm gonna get some food, and I suggest we either meet back here so that we can discuss our next option,
Okay.
and because we do need to get the ring back over to.
One more?
Sure.
We need to get the ring back to the your clerical temple then.
Okay. So he goes out and Dean goes and gets some food, gives the barkeep a cup of coin. Fluter does the same thing. Excuse me.
What's on the menu? What are we eating?
Got it. Hash,
Sounds good to me.
potatoes, and I got some bacon. Would you like the bacon? It's a little bit more. It's kind of a premium. Had to kill a hog the other day.
What about eggs? Do you have any eggs?
I do have some eggs.
Well, I'll have some hash and eggs.
Okay. That'll be 4 copper.
Yeah, hand over the coin.
And something else.
For copper and something else.
It took her a while to respond, didn't it?
Well, you know me that I have to concentrate on one thing or another. No, I gotcha.
Okay. Okay, then you guys all eat. The innkeeper says, best of luck to you. Keep that cursed thing out of here. Is it still in the barn? Where it should be?
Yeah, we'll be getting rid of it.
Okay. I think I'm done with this place. I tried to come out here and make a living, but I'm done.
Well, hopefully things will now get a little better for you.
Okay.
Okay, let's head back to the temple.
Okay, so you start making your way back to the temple. And if you remember, you walked through a valley.
Mm-hmm. Where the
Building
giants
giants.
are.
There was
It
something.
was really foggy.
We need
And
that sword of the knight leader dude
Uh-huh.
that was enchanted. That helped us get through.
So you get to the entrance of the valley.
Dan was the one holding it.
You get to the entrance of the valley, and it's still foggy in there. And Theon stops, and the Legion stops, and kind of says, "So what now?"
that sword.
Do we
that,
traverse the mountains and try to find a way around, or do we try and find?
well, do you remember what that sword did?
Sort of
the,
Erdrick or something like that?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it ran out. Pretty sure it stopped.
Yeah, I think you guys returned it or something like that, and the guy,
The guy was like,
thank you for putting me at peace.
yeah, and then he left the sword, and the sword became a normal sword. So, I mean, we took out a couple giants anyway. A couple.
Well,
Pelagium and Theon say, I almost think we take the Ridgeline and try to stick to the mountains to see if we can stay out of the view of the giants. Or this is not going to be a pleasant journey.
We see a path that from that area to go up in the mountains.
Looks like there could potentially be a path into the mountains, but you guys avoided the mountains before because it was really rocky and really steep and kind of dangerous.
Yeah, it was also just right outside the edge of the forest, right? So,
Mhm.
and now we have more flat area to actually see. So, yeah, you might be right though. I don't think we can make it through the. Well, I mean, we might be able to make it through it, but you know, I'd rather not risk.
He suggests walking the edge of it, like the edge of it, like right between where the mountain mist starts to go up and the valley. There might be less giants there. On the other hand, we may run across where they go at night, or where they go during the day to sleep.
well, whichever would be our best chances to get through.
Okay.
Sure.
So, draw on the map, or draw exactly where
Do you have a paper that I drew that?
I should.
Because I was gonna say, I think you have a lot of my papers.
That fly's gotta die.
But we're
Not
going.
five,
Not going through the valley. We're going around.
Yeah, but I mean
It would be different terrain.
I feel like it would still be similar. I think the main difference is we would have only giants on one side that would see us, if they see us.
Yep.
So it's less enemies to actually deal with.
Oh, it's cool. There was some
Let me
cool
check
weapons that you guys got.
My folder.
And then you had to leave the town. Remember that stone whip that was able to whip stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Turn things to stone?
Oh, I still have written down on here.
Because it's at that town.
There was a cruel petrification, a whip with quick that made things into quicksand or cement,
That was cool.
and sort of petrification.
That was a cool. Those are cool
I'm
weapons.
still sad that we didn't go back and get those.
Yeah, you didn't have time. Remember the city suddenly got overwhelmed?
Yep. We get paid coin for that.
And there was those items that we had appraised too.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, those weapons that were appraised that we didn't go back for. Because that whip looked pretty spicy.
I can't seem to
It was
find
pretty
it.
cool.
Okay, well, whatever. Anyways,
These things flat over the canyon.
yeah.
I could have sworn you had drawn it on a whiteboard.
Maybe I did.
It might have been on Steven.
So I remember it was colored. You had colored it.
Oh, I don't remember. Anyways, let's just say you walk the rim of the mountain, or the rim of the valley. And this one's it's a long valley, so it takes you a good portion of the day to get through it. Not the whole day, but it does take you some time. You get to the edge of the valley. You do, as you're walking through, there are times when you can spot a giant out there moving around in the fog. And you can hear the rumble of the boom, boom, boom. But most of the time when that happened, you guys heard him hid behind like some trees or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just so that you wouldn't have to deal with it. Okay, and you finally get to the edge of the valley and you get to the forest. Do you remember the forest?
Yeah, the forest of Banshee that we stayed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I used Unseen Servant yet again to grab the Banshee's necklace.
You should use that spell a lot. Saves your butt, apparently. Okay. You notice that the forest is less haunted. But as you guys get to the edge of it, so you're at the edge of along the mountain ridge, where the mountain kind of curves, and then it goes into the foresty.
Uh-huh.
You notice that further to the east, you see a fire. Like, you can see several fires.
Campfires?
Yes. And they're at the edge of the forest and the edge of the plains as well.
But they're on the other side. More towards the other side.
More towards the other side, yeah. You guys are on one edge.
Well, it looks as if.
And it's
The
several
dark-
campfires, so it looks like a group of people.
It looks as if your brother is now gathering troops. To my recall.
Are you saying this to a legion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, I think it's all the townspeople. From the
Oh, from when
Scorch.
they escaped
or whatever.
the town?
Yeah, they all left the town with weapons and stuff. I don't want to go near them.
Ah, okay. The clones. The
Mhm.
clones.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I remember that little detail.
Good job. That is what you see. That is what that is. So you guys, I imagine, try to avoid that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would definitely avoid that. I don't want more hassle than there needs to be right
Yeah,
now.
we need to keep ourselves inconspicuous. So
So you continue to make your way through the forest. Remember, the forest had a lot of ghosts and stuff in it, but you
Mm-hmm.
kind of freed it of the banshee.
Yeah.
But the banshee's been freed.
Yeah, so I said you freed it of the banshee. So you make your way through the forest, and you make your way back to the town. And you notice, I don't know if you guys noticed this, the town has had better days. It has been through some fierce battles. It looks like a war zone. You know,
Worse than
So
before?
a lot of the buildings have been destroyed, and
Is this more
What
like
about
a
the
recap of
temple
what it used to
building?
look like, or what? Because I remember there was the dragon thing or whatever that was going on.
there was that battle. That's why I said
Okay.
I never remember.
Yeah,
the forest.
I remember that. Yeah, they were fixing it up at the temple area when we were leaving.
So, you guys make your way to the temple, and one of the priests comes out to Theoden and says, "We've still not heard anything more on your brother. My apologies, my lord." And Theoden, you can see tears just still get in his eyes, because do you remember what happened with his brother? His brother was kidnapped, was taken. You do notice the town is still seeing better days. It still looks like it's actively being in a war, like a war zone. The priest says it's hard to maintain. It seems to be constantly under attack, this town, as it is a main web or main foothold of the land, and a lot of people walk through here. They travel through this area, and so we get bad people that come through here all the time, and it's hard to stop the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
What brings you guys back to the temple?
we have brought back one of the ring relics that for the Dawn Breakers.
You brought the other ring?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know you guys were going for it. Thank goodness that you found it.
But there's one thing. It's been corrupted.
Yeah, it's what is known
It's
as Ring of
possessed.
Ash Tomb right now.
It's tried to possess myself twice, and it almost completely possessed the Tiefling here.
Such a powerful relic to turn to darkness. I will consult with my brethren. Do you have the ring on you?
Yes, I have placed it inside a magical chest that is. The chest is not in this realm, I should say, to keep it safe away from people because it can affect at short distances many people.
This sounds.
Once I bring this ring out, something needs to be done before it can be brought out or brought to this realm.
Okay. The priest motions you to come back into the temple. Theoden kind of wanders off. You can see he's probably going to talk to other people, other than his brethren. And Fluter goes, "Oh, that breakfast we had at the inn was good, but I'm looking forward to some town breakfast, some
Home cooking?
better cooking." So Fluter makes his way off to what looks to be you to find the kitchen.
Hmm.
Allegium says, I'd like to follow where the ring goes to find out what happens. So I'm going to follow the priest and find out what happens. You guys.
Well, I'd like to join you as well, if I may, Legion. I mean, I did cast the chest spell, so I would need to cast it again in order to bring the ring back.
Are you going with her, or are you going to go get food, or?
Yeah, I'll just go with.
Okay.
I don't want to be too close though.
At this point, he's regained most of his color. He's not red anymore. And I'm going to say traveling from the town to here took several days. So you guys had to, camp and do a couple things.
So what my
Pretty uneventful.
what are my spell levels at now?
So level 2s, you can do 6. Level 3s, you can do 4. Level 4s, you can do 5. Level 5s, you can do 4. And level 6, you can do 2.
So I can do more with level 4 than I can with 3?
I said you could do 5, didn't
Because level 3, you said 4.
I? And I said level 4, you could do 5. I think you can hear that.
No, that's still 4 more than 5. Or that's still 4
One more
than 3.
On the level 4, then. Because I would be
Sorry.
on level
Yeah, you're right.
3 than I would a level 4.
It's
5 and 4.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, and then 2.
Okay.
I think I said it backwards because okay. You're right. So yeah, you've gained all that back because we've slept a couple days. He's gotten his color back into him. So the priest goes. You see, he goes into some rooms, confides with some people, and then another, what looks like a more ordinate priest with more ordinate robes and stuff comes out. And several other priests come out, and they say, "Can you come with us to this special room of blessings?"
Mm-hmm.
And another Theoden comes. You see Theoden comes over, and he joins with you, and a couple paladin brethren come around as well. And the head priest steps up on the altar, up to the altar, and it's like just an altar thing. And a bunch of the priests surround it, and the paladins kind of are behind them, holding their kind of like just. They all start to say, "Okay, place the ring upon the altar."
Okay. I pull out the stone from my coin purse, and I place it on the altar,
Okay.
and I'll cast the chest, or I'll summon the chest. But I need to roll again to cast it.
No, you can summon it.
Yeah, I'll summon the chest.
Okay, the chest appears in front of you, and the priests are like, "Whoa, what is
Okay.
this?"
We need to prepare before we open this.
Okay.
You can already feel the
Yeah.
The
people
power
can,
on
yeah,
the
people
ring.
can start to feel it, and you see some of the priests go, "Oh, okay. I feel its energy. Who will task putting the ring on the altar?"
Okay, I'm going to cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
5. Deuces.
Do it again.
I'm a horrible roller. I swear. Okay, 19.
I feel like it's because you always roll on the paper. It's like a stack of papers, and it kind of just thuds. It doesn't roll; it just hits.
Well, if I did it on this, it would roll everywhere and like bounce and stuff.
Okay, so you summon the unseen servant.
person.
He appears for you, and you task him to pick the ring up and put it on the altar.
Mm-hmm.
So the unseen servant reaches in, opens the chest, and you guys see the bright glowing red. And you could feel it much potent now, much more potent, and you can tell it's trying to grasp for something. It's had nothing for days,
Mm-hmm.
nothing to suckle. It's to feast on.
Yeah.
And the unseen servant begins to reach down, and its hand starts turning a pink color. The unseen servant picks it up and starts to walk to the altar. And as he starts to walk to the altar, he disintegrates into dust before he gets to the altar, and the ring falls and rolls and gets to the altar, and everybody in the room goes, oh, oh. And it lays on the altar, and it glows red. You can feel it, and it feels intense as it pulls at you, and you of all people start to feel the whir.
I would get out of here, Typhling.
Well, he feels it.
Yeah.
He's got to do it on his own now, because you can't feel what he's feeling. He feels
Yeah,
the
I'm
pull
not-
more than anything.
I'm not
And he
feeling
looks
the
at
same
it,
way
and
like
it's
it was
like
before.
it's like a pulsing light to him.
Yeah. I don't want to be in here anymore.
So you exit.
Yeah.
Several of the priests are still in commotion. Some of them.
Get a hold of yourself, please. We need to
And the head priest walks up to the altar
bless this ring again
And-
to make it whole.
and says, "People, please. There's great evil in this ring. How a blessed thing could be turned so is beyond our is incredible to me." And Theoden turns to it and says, "We need to cleanse this, my brethren. Please help us cleanse this ring." And the head priest puts his hand out and he says, "Everybody with me, please." And he starts to mumble some words in a foreign language, and he puts his hand out, and the other priests start to do the same, and there's like a yellow glowing aura. And the paladins pull their weapons and hold them in front of each other, or themselves, their swords and their hammers. And they're muttering in essence in the red, and you can see the fight with the red and the yellow. And then all of a sudden, there's kind of a shock wave, but it's not like of light, it's like of air. It just pushes you back. And everybody, the head priest holds his head. And he looks up. And he looks down at the ring. And it pulses red still. And several of the priests turn and vomit on the floor and run out of the room. And some of the paladins, you can see them gripping their weapons tight, like they're trying to fight something back.
Mm-hmm.
And you can continue to hear the whispers, and the pulse starts to get heavy.
I'm wondering if that.
And the head priest looks up and says, "I can't be here. We must leave this room." And so he gets down off the altar and he starts to walk out of the room. And Theoden looks at his brethren, and they go, "We can't cleanse this." So they turn and they march out of the room. And the room starts to be barren, and the red light pulses and gets brighter again.
Okay.
Do you exit the room with them?
Yeah, I'm going to have to put the ring back
Okay.
in the chest. So I'll cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
Actually, I would need to cast the chest first.
Okay. You didn't have to roll for the chest, so you send it again.
So I cast it again.
Oh wait, you can only cast it once and summon it once. You have to create it again, don't you? Create a roll to cast it again. Yeah, because that rock's now just a regular rock.
I would have to use another item that I've got. So,
You grab a gold coin or something.
yeah, I'll just grab a copper piece
Okay.
and cast the chest again. 16,
Okay. It appears.
and then I'll cast Unseen Servant once again. Eight. Okay.
You summon the servant. And the servant appears. And he goes up to the ring and he picks up the ring. And he starts to walk towards the chest.
Place in the chest.
And his hand starts to turn to ash. And it drops the ring before it gets to the chest and it hits the ground. And it rolls. Boom! And it does that effect.
Thud?
That
The thud?
thud again.
Uh-huh.
That effect thud again. That you guys feel. And the servant looks at his hand as it's turning to ash. And he disintegrates into ash in front of you. And the ring is on the ground. Pulsing. And it's every pulse you feel starting to draw you. And it's like have you ever gotten a headache and you can feel your heart beat in your head? You're getting that headache.
Yeah, and it radiates all the way down your neck, your shoulders, your back.
And you can feel it. And it's getting stronger. You need to get a stronger servant. A little better than an 8.
Okay. I'll try again. Really? 10?
What level is the unseen servant?
It's not a very high thing. I believe it's a 2. Second level. Yeah, it's level 2.
So you cast it twice.
That's a level 1.
That's level 1.
No, it's level. Oh, okay. It was accidentally in the 2 pile.
Okay. So you summon him again. And he picks it up again and drops it into the chest. And then
Okay. I
disappears.
close the chest.
And the chest disappears. That actually, the chest was one of your level 4 spells, by the way, wasn't it? Or level 3.
I think it was 3. Didn't it? I don't remember.
I don't think it was level 3. I think it's also level 2.
The priests were one of the, not the head priest, but one of the priests comes into the room and says that we need to confer with, we need to look this item up to find out what we need to do to cleanse it. A simple remove curse will not cleanse this. We tried as a group to do.
I need your consent on a few items to continue.
What? What do you need my consent for? We tried as a group to do a remove curse, which is stronger because it's a bigger casting of it, and we couldn't remove the curse from it. So we need to confer with our book to find out what we can do to remove this curse. You guys are welcome to spend the night in the temple. Please make yourself at home.
Thank you. Again, apologies for the effect the ring may have had on you. Hopefully we can resolve this soon.
So, Allegium says, I'm gonna go get some food and
Good idea.
spend some time. What do you call it when they
Meditating?
meditating? Yes, meditating. So he leaves. You just gonna go get food.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get food
Yeah,
and
might as well.
I'm going to study some of my alchemy.
Okay. So you're in your room, and all of a sudden you hear a knock on the door, and as you're studying your alchemy, you hear a knock on the door.
Oh, come in, yes.
In comes Theoden, Allegium, and the head priest. And he says, unfortunately, we cannot cleanse this here at this temple. We do not have the ability to cleanse it with our current abilities. The ring can only be cleansed in the Ashroy Wilds. It needs to be taken to the Ashroy Wilds, and then
Asteroid, right?
Ashroy Wilds, and it needs to be cleansed in the waters of the Brion Creek. Unfortunately, the ring needs to be worn by someone, and they need to be baptized in its
In the
waters.
creek.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know where this place is?
The Ashroy Wilds are 2 days' journey. Southwest of the town. We will have to pass through two smaller towns to get there. Be mindful. I believe Allegium's brother has taken control of one of the towns.
What are the names of those towns?
The first town, its name is Mericula. And the second town's name is Terminus.
Termina?
Terminus.
Okay.
And we have reason to believe Terminus has been turned. We believe that they are currently there mining a special type of ore for the Dark Brother, for the Allegiance brother, the Dark Brother.
Okay. Well, thank you for the advice and the information. It's kind of a, tough thing to take, but if it's something we must move on, something we must do. We appreciate your hospitality and trying to remove the curse.
Flutterflan walks down the hall. You can see he's got like a turkey leg and he's chewing on it. And he looks at you and he says, "So we all done then? They get it fixed? Everything's cleansed?
No.
We're ready to move on? Go kill the Dark Brother."
Not quite.
Not quite.
it's apparent that these priests here are not able to remove the curse from the ring.
What?
So we need to take it to some kind of creek, this blessed creek. It's called Waters of Brion Creek in the Asteroid Wilds, and take it to be blessed, basically. Someone would have to be wearing it and be baptized in these blessed waters or holy waters.
Who in their right mind would put that thing on?
If I had to, I would. I mean, I'm the one that started this whole thing in the first place.
Okay, well, when do we plan on leaving? Because I'm enjoying a good, decent place to rest.
Well, I suggest what we could do is rest here for a few days, gather some items, maybe help restore the town a little bit, help out the villagers with things that they may need, supplies and such. And then we can stock ourselves with supplies that we'll need, because it's a 2 days journey southwest of here. And we'll come across some in dangerous areas because according to one of the priests, he said that the towns that are near the Asteroid Wild is corrupted. One of the towns
Corrupted?
are.
Not again. Not like the last town. More clones?
I don't know if they're clones. They may be it may be different. He said that they're mining something from the mines nearby,
Really?
and for the Dark Brother. So, if it's something that we must do, we have no choice.
Okay. Well. Okay. You know, this journey has turned out far longer than I ever thought it would be. Just then you hear a big rumble.
What is that?
Fluter looks around, looks at the priests, and goes, "What the hell is that?" Do you come out of your room and go, "What the hell's that?"
Yeah.
That's what I said, Fluter says.
Let's look outside.
Theoden goes, "What?" The priests go, "More war. War has made its way on our footsteps again. I think the Dark One has figured out that you're coming to us to find a way to defeat him. I'm worried about this. I worry for all my brothers and sisters." So Theoden pulls his sword out and says, "I will protect this place with my life."
Well, if we must prepare for battle, then so be it.
So you can see some people running through the halls or kind of chattering and trying to figure out what's going on. Every time the banging hits, you see dust, subtle coming from the ceiling and stuff like that. And Theoden starts to make his way to the main chapel. You follow?
Mm-hmm.
Allegium follows him. Fluterflan follows him.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, let's go face this army.
So you get to the main chapel, and you see the doors, the big doors to the main chapel are shut. But something is hitting them because that's the
Battering ram. Okay. Be at the ready, guys.
several of the priests come into the room. Let me kind of draw the layout. Okay, so you guys come in through here. And there are several priests. So you guys came in through this area right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like a hallway out here. This kind of goes down this way. If that makes sense. Right? Understand? Several priests. They're good priests. Walk in over here. Walk out over here. See what's going on. So these little clear dudes equal the priests. I know they're zombies, but they're priests. And all of a sudden, these are the doors that you hear the noise happening from. Ah, perfect. I don't need that dude. I forgot we had this dude. The door breaks, busts open, and there's a big, like almost like a cave troll,
Okay.
busts through the door. And he's and you can see some other guys breaking through the door behind him. Wake up, Brayden.
I'm going to cast.
Are you ready to what? Are you ready? Do you know what you're gonna do? Have you started prepping for it?
Thought a little.
So, have they broken through the
They broke through the
door?
door. There's
Yeah.
stained glass. There's stained glass windows and stuff up here. Most of them are shattered already.
I'm going to
Listen, keep going.
cast wall of fire
Does coffee wake you up, Braden?
directly in front of
Kind of, not
the
really.
orc or the troll.
Wall of fire.
Mm-hmm. 11.
Okay.
Want me to read it?
Just creates a wall of fire.
It says, you create a wall of fire on a solid surface within range. You can make the wall up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick. The wall is opaque and lasts for the duration. This will buy us some time.
How much was the duration? That's what it does. The wall of fire hits that. Wall of fire, 1 minute, okay. Wall of fire hits right there. And these are pews.
Mm-hmm.
This is an altar, or this is where the main guy speaks at the church.
Yeah.
These are stairs because this goes up above, it's raised. This actually goes down, this is raised. This, and there's like a pit in here. Probably like where they can put stuff that raises up and stuff like that for the choir and whatnot. So you cast wall of fire. Okay?
What kind of guys are they?
This is a big dude there is like a cave troll, big troll dude.
Okay.
And you can see some guys behind him. They look like orcs or something, bigger orcs. They're big dudes.
Well,
Well,
I want to attack him. We're all the way at the end, right?
mm-hmm. There's quite a distance.
Well, I'm just gonna shoot some arrows through the flame.
Okay. You did catch a pew on fire, by the way. So now you have a fire in the church.
Okay.
You're the one who did it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot regular arrows and hope the arrows kind of catch fire in the midst of them being right there and hit him. Big guy.
The big dude in the boulder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like just like aim.
I'm gonna say that's exactly what the dude looks like that's coming in there, and he's that big compared to you.
Yep. I'm aiming for his eye, so hopefully it'll drop the boulder on him or something.
Okay.
It's like the point, my action.
Okay. Let's roll to see how successful you are.
What's the D20 for success?
Uh-huh.
Not very. 4.
You fire the arrow and you completely miss. We're gonna say it doesn't even hit fire. Lucky, because it would have started more of the church on fire.
Alright.
Okay. Okay. Theoden starts making his way this way. Several of the priests start moving this way as well. These guys move this way as well. And let's see. One of the head priests starts making his way towards the altar. Legion kind of starts moving this way. And Fluter Flan starts moving this way as well. These guys start destroying the altars or the pews by, you know, and pieces of them go flying. Pieces of fire start fleeing and starting in other places. That sucks, you're burning their church down.
Well, maybe not for long.
I mean, there is something that I'm pretty sure you have.
Yeah, whose turn is it?
So this guy's made his way here. These guys come through here. And then you see something that you have seen before.
Something or someone?
Someone you've seen before. Steps through the center.
Ah,
Okay. Do you remember in the town of the clones?
oh no, the red fox guy.
Yep, that's who that is.
I want his boat though.
Yes.
He was so cool.
The red fox guy steps through the entrance. And he has like a bow, not a bow and arrow. He still has that, it's on his back. He has like a bow, a stick, a bow. You know.
Like a bow staff.
Yeah. He's got it in his hand and he points it up at a legion. Right through the fire. He points the bow staff at him. It's the red fox dude. Okay. Your turn.
Ah, sleet storm.
20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, read me Sleet Storm.
Until the spell ends, freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius. Centered on a point you choose, within range, the area is heavily obscured and exposed flames in the area are doused. The ground in the area is covered with slick ice, making it difficult terrain to walk on. When the creature ends the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a dexterity saving throw to avoid the ice or avoid falling. On a failed save, it falls prone to the ice. If a creature is concentrating in the spell area, the creature must make a successful Constitution saving throw against your spell, a save DC, or lose concentration.
Let me read it. Let me see it.
So basically, the area becomes really slick, and whatever creatures are standing within the area on the ice have to make a dexterity throw, otherwise they'll fall and slip and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it doesn't do any damage.
No, but I'm putting out the fire and, kind of buying time a little bit.
You're making the area slippery. Alright, where are you aiming at?
Right where the,
So there's still fire. I would say you're able to hit. Probably this area, but you can't hit this. So there's still some fire you'll have to put out. Or you could hit this area. You'll get more people.
I'll do it.
So like this area.
It's a 40-foot radius.
So probably about there.
No, further back than that. I want to try and encompass as
Okay.
many of the enemies as possible.
Okay. We'll say that it gets all the way to the door.
So, even whoever is standing at the door will slip and fall if they don't make a dexterity save.
Okay. It starts to rain down on the orc, the big dude. And it's putting out fires, those fires in that circle. The big dude kind of gets annoyed, but he keeps his foot in. This other big dude here falls flat on his ass. Whoop! Poke. That dude over there, not that dude, the fox dude, just looks at you annoyed that it's raining sleet and stuff. And that other dude over there falls flat on his ass too. So those two fall and those two stand. Okay?
Okay.
The fox dude, because he's fast, so he's going again. He's gonna move. The fox dude jumps up onto this pier, onto the
You?
pew, and he's standing on top of the back of it. Balanced as all could be. He's really obviously acrobatic. Puts the bow away, pulls his arrow out, or pulls his bow and arrow out. There's not an arrow with him, and he pulls the bow back, and you see it turns in. All of a sudden, you see this red line from the bow, from where he's holding it, and he aims it over here, and he fires, and you see this red line go flying, and it goes right through the chest of this dude. The second it hits him, it pulls him. And then it hits this dude in the chest, pulls him, hits this other dude in the chest, pulls him, and it raises him up in the air. And it pins against the top of the church, which is tall, really tall. And you hear him scream in agony, and then it disappears, and they fall.
Ouch.
They lay on the ground, either dead or unconscious from what you can tell. The fox turns and looks at the other group over here, and that's his turn. Just killed 3 birds in one shot. Do you understand what that happened? They hit the guy in the chest, pulled him into the next guy, hit the guy into the chest.
It's almost like a string.
A string that went right through them and then pulled them all up and then disappeared. And they all fell to their death. Because I'd say this church is
It was
probably...
like an invisible string, or like a 4 string maybe.
Hold on. Okay, he really likes the bow.
Yeah.
Okay, Theoden makes his way down. These priests make their way down, and this one starts going this direction to try and make his way the other way. This guy makes it to the altar, and he's looking for something in here. You can see he gets down and he's searching for something in the altar, or it looks like he's hiding under there. You can't really tell. Because at this point, I think you started to make your way, right? And are you starting to move somewhere?
Yeah.
This guy starts making his way this way, and on his way through there, he's just destroying pews, and pieces of wood are flying all over the place as he's breaking his way through.
Yeah, I'll at least move a little forward closer to this one over there.
Yeah, Fluter is at this point probably made his way almost down, caught up with Theoden. Lee, are you gonna do? I'll let you do your turn, and then I'll have a nature this turn.
Need good distractions or something. You know, I need more bodies to throw at them. So I'm gonna make more creatures. I don't know what I want to do though. I don't know. Something
Come on.
quick and flighty. I need some birds. I need some
Okay, so what are you gonna do? Read me your spell.
conjure woodland beings. It's a 4.
What does it do?
And I can choose 1 fey creature, challenge rating 2, 2 fey creatures, challenge rating 1. This is 4 or 8 creatures. And they disappear when you hit 0. And they last an hour. And they obey any verbal commands I issue. That no action required.
So what are you gonna do?
I need, like, I don't know, what would you consider, like, hawk-like things?
Rose.
Yeah, something like that. How many do you think would be?
Depends on what you roll.
Alright.
You said 8 is the max.
Yeah,
4 to 8.
yeah, because they're smaller. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me what you're doing, and then let's roll for it.
Yeah, we'll just go for, like, some deadly crows. I'll just summon a bunch of deadly crows. Why not?
They're just mainly going to be annoyances.
Yeah, bug the crap out of them.
Who are you going after?
I'm just gonna summon them, and then they're just gonna. I don't know. They all have separate life pools, so I mean that's up to you.
Oh, you got to tell me what you want to do. Because you're just going to summon them and they're going to just hover around you?
No, I want them to start pecking at and distracting the guy with the bow.
Okay, so you're sending all of them at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and one I want to poke the big guy's eye out. Be a distraction for that.
You really like his eyes, huh?
Well, I mean, you know, eyes hurt if they get in pain, and you know, he has a big rock, and you know, whatever, and all that, and throwing stuff around.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. To try to as many as I can, which could be up to 7, I guess, to the one guy. 1 at least.
Okay.
19.
Okay. You summon all 8 of them. And you send them where? 7 of them at the fox dude and 1 of them at the big orc dude.
Yeah, they're swarming and pecking and.
Well, we have 2 6s.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
You have plenty.
Buzz.
3.
Yeah. Go, little crow buddies, go!
So they go over to this dude. First one goes over to this dude and starts annoying him. And he starts going. And the bird, he's flying around, and it's just really annoying the shish out of him. It's not able to get to his eye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me make sure it's not able to. No, not able to get to his eye. Then, the fox dude, turns and looks at you and turns and looks at you and kind of gives you that. Reaches back, puts his bow back, and grabs the bow stick. And the birds are swarming around him, and you can see it's not phasing its focus. And he pulls the bow stick, and he starts spinning it. When he spins it, and guess what happens to all the birds?
Oops.
Well, bye birdies.
He jumps to this one again, jumps to this one again. And he points at the Legion and he says, "You're mine." And the Legion says, "Fuck, I am." And
My turn?
no, Legion hasn't gone yet. And the Legion you see the birds start to go around him. And a column of the birds lifts him up into the air. And they come striking down directly. Boom! Right on the top of him. And you just see this column of birds. And you can see what in between the birds, because they're flapping around. You see a Legion strike with his staff, and you see the fox guy block with his staff, with his bow. And you can see in the column they're fighting in the column of birds. Kind of makes sense, kind of cool looking. Can you imagine that? And they're in there just striking at each other. And the birds are constantly in a column flying around and flipping, so you can't see them, and it's making a ton of noise of, birds. When the feathers are flying everywhere, and you can every once in a while you catch them as they're striking, stabs are hitting, and you can see flashes of light as certain stabs are hitting inside of the columns. And now it's your turn,
Okay.
and that's what's happening live with those guys.
18. Flesh to stone on the orc.
Okay. That's level 6. Okay, read it
Yep.
to me.
You attempt to turn one creature that you can see within range into stone. If the target's body is made of flesh, the creature must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it is restrained as its flesh begins to harden. On a successful save, the creature isn't affected. A creature restrained by the spell must make another Constitution saving throw at the end of each turn. If
To break from the stone.
If it successfully saves against the spell 3 times, the spell ends. If it fails, it saves 3 times, it turns completely to stone, and is subjected to the petrified condition for the rest of his life.
Okay. So
just like, when Gandalf caused the trolls to turn to stone on The Hobbit.
yeah. Or Medusa and Clash of the Titans,
Mhm.
of course. So you do flesh to stone, and he turns to stone. He's failed his first saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. So your bird stops swooping around him and it just perches on his shoulder.
Takes it down.
Okay, it could. On his shoulder. There's a little bit of poop running down his shoulder. Okay?
Well,
Those guys get to their feet and they start making their way up this way. These are orcs. Pretty decent sized orcs. The fire has started to consume more of this and is starting to spread a little bit over here. Allegium starts making his way this way. Fluter Flan makes his way this way. These priests get to there. In the door, lock two giant spiders. That's cool that we have these. And one starts to crawl up the ceiling.
Up the ceiling. Oh.
Okay? So I'm going to put this one here, but imagine him, he's like almost to the roof. He's about ready to start going like this.
Okay.
Okay? What do you do? This guy is still looking for something in here.
Priestess?
Yes.
Priest, what are you looking for? Maybe I can help you find what you're looking for.
Are you really going to help him in the middle of a battle? Do you really think that's what you'll do?
No, I just kind of look over and ask him.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Okay. The priest finally, you ask him, and you see him finally pulls out a book. He places it on an altar. It's really ornate. The priest places his hand on the book and flips it to a couple pages. And you see he starts to look at some words on this book. And he looks out to the pillar of crows and the fox. And he begins to cast a spell. And you see around the center that's what it is, probably, I suppose. Around here, a circle begins to form. And you see ornate runes on the outside of the circle begin to form. Hold on. Okay. Ornate, actually, ornate runes begin to form on the ground. Yellow ornate runes. Oops. I'm not apparently going to do that. It should stay silences it. And you hear the final words of the priests. What he's saying. And the final words, you recognize them as a banishment spell. All of a sudden, all the crows stop. The pillar disappears. And both the Legion and the fox are gone.
What? What?
The priest cast a banishment spell and banished them.
Ah. You gotta be kidding me.
That's what he was looking for, a high-level banishment spell.
What did you just do, priest?
I banished them, they're gone.
Allegium was fighting off that fox guy. He's my mentor.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you have to break a few eggs. My men have died too. My people have died too, as you can see.
So where did you banish them to?
I don't know. I haven't fully researched this book. I need to look through it and figure it out. I've just started studying it. And we can look into it. Right now I don't have time. The church is on fire, and there are things coming in the door. Help me stop them.
I have been helping you. You make my teacher, my mentor, disappear. I should make you disappear.
That's terrible. Okay. Your turn.
Well, got little spooters.
You do have spoilers.
There's some spoilers that need to be killed. I gotta shoot some spoilers.
Well, that orc is gone. Remove him.
No,
Or he's stoned. He's stoned.
He's still has to do
Each turn he
saving
gets to
throws.
roll
He still
2 more times
Yeah, so it's
to break free.
saving throws. Yeah, I'll just shoot spooters with lightning arrow. Actually, no, one's up in the ceiling.
Yeah, one's on the ceiling and one's on the ground.
Then
Sounds like, son of a bitch! God damn it, you took a Legion away.
Again.
yeah. Well, this lightning arrow. The spooter in the back. This bugger. Speeder. Actually, I can't. I'm kind of blocked out. Oh, that other one.
You could probably hit the one that's climbing on the walls.
That's true. Yeah, we'll just hit him. Hit the one that's climbing up the top. That's yeah.
Okay. Roll to hit.
I'm rolling real bad.
2?
I'm rolling real bad.
You don't hit. I don't even have to roll over here to see if they make it. You don't hit.
Yeah. I'm not rolling very
Especially your distance. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Deedon and Fluter make their way here. And they face off against this dude. An orc. Deedon pulls his sword back and strikes the orc. Fluter stabs at the orc by disappearing and appearing behind him and doing kind of like a backstab. Okay? After Fluter does the backstab, he turns and he sees the spider and he goes, "Oh shit!" And then starts booking his way this way. The two priests make their way this direction and they start casting like a smite spell. But they don't finish it until the next turn. Steph, your turn. Oh, this guy's made it. At this point, that guy's made it back to here. And let me roll for the orc. Okay, the orc is still stoned. Or the cave troll is still stoned. This spider is now on the ceiling, about here. And this spider is doing
Back.
climbing over this dude. Your turn.
I point at the priest and cast Disintegrate. 12.
Which priest?
The one that banished Allegium.
You're really gonna do that?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm still neutral. I haven't turned good yet.
Okay, so before you
He
do
banished my master, I banish him.
that's not banishment, that's killing. You're really gonna turn on the battle in his order? You know that what this could do, right? I'll let you decide if you want to do that. It's okay if you do.
Instead of Disintegrate, I'll do Banish. I told him I would.
You told him if you do that, I'm gonna banish you?
I said, since you banished Allegium, I'll banish you. And that's what I'm doing. He
Okay.
pissed me off to no end.
Roll.
I did. It was a 12.
You fail. The priest turns to you and says, "What the fuck was that? What was that?"
How dare you? You had to banish him along with the fox guy. You had to banish.
I'll
My
do what I
master?
need to do to protect my order. If that means that I do that, then I do that.
I walk out. You don't know what you're dealing with.
You walk out?
Mm-hmm.
Walk out of where? You just turn and walk out the door?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to help these people if they end up doing that to my master.
Okay. Okay. It's your turn.
I'm pissed.
Well, I'm just gonna ignore that. She can bastard. I am, I'm just gonna start moving closer over there.
So you're gonna want downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me roll for the stone dude. And he solidifies stone. The spider crawls over the top of him. And right there, these guys finish casting smite on this dude. And hit him, like a white or a yellow stripe goes across him, and he feels pain. Theoden rears back to slice at him, and as he does that, that's when the smite goes off and he misses. He misses. Fluter starts running. Is still running that direction. And this guy makes it to the top of the stairs. And the priest is now facing off that dude. The priest fails at whatever the hell he was trying to do. And this guy starts to come over here. And you see him. And this guy jumps on top of these two. And you see this.
Okay.
He's not climbing on the wall, he's got a thread that's coming down.
Well, how far above would you say spider is?
20 feet above the ground, which makes him 10 feet above your head. 15 feet above your head, roughly.
Well,
As you're in the hall, you see several other priests come to you and other paladins and go, "Are you running out there to help us?"
No, I'm leaving. Your stupid priest banished my master. I don't want to have anything to do with you people.
You know, the silly thing about this is they'll never get him back if you don't go back. Maybe keep walking away. I guess you can keep walking away, though. That's fine.
I have to cool off.
well, I'm just gonna. Oh, freaking spider. The spider's already on a string, on a thread, going down, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Coming down.
Oh, sorry, Flutter. It's all on you. I'm actually going to. What is it? Do my cool steel wind strike thing. The one that hits like a bunch, and then.
That disappears and then.
Yeah, and then that way I'm over here away from that spider.
Where are you going to disappear to?
Over like here.
Well, are you going to attack things?
I'm gonna kill this spider, chop off all its legs while it's all the ones that are not on top of those guys. That way it's dying.
Okay.
Chop off legs.
So roll, and then roll for the damage. How much damage is it?
6 d10s.
This is like your ultimate ability, isn't it?
I know, it's only a 5. Yeah, it's only 5s.
A 5, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, roll 6 d10s. Is it d10s?
That's what it says.
Here, I'll just roll for you.
6 d10 force damage. I just want to hit a lot and then also be able to move. That's pretty cool out of this. Unless somehow I can like leap up 20 feet and just hit that one in the air in the middle of that, but you know, that'd be cool, but
You got a 6, a 5, a 7, a 6, an 8, and a 10. You good with that?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. You hit and chop off 3 of the spider's 8 legs. It pisses the spider off incredibly bad. And it stops biting and cocooning these guys, and it turns to start to come after you.
That is fine. That was good distraction.
That was pretty good. This one starts to come down. Fluter looks up and sees it, and he stealths, appears up at the top on the top of the spider, cuts the thing, and on his way down, as the spider falls, pulls out his dagger and goes right through the skull of the spider. Then he flips off of it, lands. Fluter's awesome.
Fluter's awesome.
This spider is dead. Theoden rears his sword back, and this guy, as Theoden's rearing his sword back, does an uppercut. Boom! Hits Theoden and knocks Theoden back on his ass, and then this guy starts to make his way over to him to pummel him. Okay. This guy comes over to the priest and begins to attack him, and the priest casts Turn Undead. And the undead begins to run and flee and runs down the hallway. And you turn around and see something behind you. What'd you roll, a 7?
2.
Like 2? What were you gonna guess?
Disintegrate on the undead.
Read me disintegrate.
A thin green ray springs from your pointing finger to a target that you can see. The target can be a creature, an object, or a creation of magical force, such as wall created by wall of force. A creature targeted by this spell must make a dexterity throw. On a failed save, the target takes 10d6 plus 40 damage. If this damage reduces...
That's your last level 6 spell, too.
Yeah, if this damage reduces the target to 0 hit points, it is disintegrated.
Okay, well, obviously you missed. The 2. The spell doesn't necessarily blow up in your face, but it doesn't go off well. And you disintegrate the ground beneath you.
So I fall through the ceiling, or the upper floor.
To the basement below. And as you disintegrate enough of the hole that the undead falls and lands on top of you.
What a nice soft cushion this is.
That's what the undead says. So you have fallen. I'm going to say you take 3 points of damage. And this guy falls through you because it disintegrated enough of the floor that he fell on top of you. Okay? Hubba, look at that over there. What's going on in the basement with Glow? Okay? Now, this priest makes his way down the stairs, and he's trying to see what he can do to help these guys. And this guy bends over and he just starts pummeling Theoden. Boom! 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 So, what do you do?
Wow. I have a spider in your face. Oh, kind of. I'm a little bit away. He can attack me. It's okay. I'm gonna shoot the orc thing that's commentated.
Okay. Okay, what are you gonna shoot him with?
I'm just gonna shoot him with one arrow.
Just a regular arrow?
Yeah.
How much does your arrow do?
I don't remember. They're probably 4 or 6 or something like that. I think they're based off dexterity, which I have an 18. But I don't remember. But I really just hope that I'm being distracting right now. That's my goal
Okay.
for like all of this. It's kind of like, well, it didn't go well at all. It's a 1.
Oh boy, I think you have some issues.
I have a lot of issues right now.
So here's what I'm gonna say happens with your bow. You break the string on it.
No.
It means you need to fix your bow before you can fire another arrow. So if you have spells that require a bow, it doesn't work. You break the string on it and it slaps, the string comes back and slaps you in the face and causes you 5 points of damage.
Oh my God.
How much health do you have?
30.
Okay. Theoden, our fluter, turns and sees his buddy getting pounded and disappears. Ugh, terrible. And goes to stab him in the back, but the guy's just pounding, so he misses it. So Theoden's taking some damage. Be nice if you didn't pound your friends. This priest is making his way down here as well at this point, and he's doing what he can to bring his friends back. So you can see they're trying to heal these guys. Okay? Let me see. Nope. Theoden is just going to continue getting pounds with rolls like that. He rolled a 1. I was just going to see if he could get up and get out of it, but he rolled a 1. So no. Theoden is continuing to get pounded. Now it's Stephanie's turn. She's in the basement with necrophilia going on.
I'll cast.
4?
7.
What is it you're casting?
Oh wait, I forgot. Scorching Ray, 7 on the first one, 18 second, 4 on the third, so 1 good shot on the undead.
How much damage does it go?
2d6
Roll for
on
damage.
each ray.
Roll for damage on the first one.
Twelve, 5, 11.
Unfortunately, the only one that hits is the second one for 5. So you hit him. You hit him for some damage because it burns him. He is undead after all. So gets off. And I imagine you get to your feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your turn.
Alright. Well, going fisty combat. Well, not really. I'm gonna try to chop
Oh
off
wait,
more
the
legs.
spider.
Spider's gotta do
It's
stuff.
slower, but it's not quite to you. It's limping its way to you.
I'm just gonna start. I guess cast or use my Zephyr Strike.
What is that?
It's the you move like the wind until spell ends. Your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks once before the spell ends. You can give yourself advantage to one weapon attack.
Is this the level
roll.
5 spell again?
No, this is the high level one that just adds a 1d8 to
Here.
strikes to anyone.
So you're gonna use your sword and hit the spider?
Yeah.
Because you don't have a bow.
Yeah.
You need to replace the string.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna start swinging.
Okay.
Hopefully I actually hit this 3-legged or 5-legged spider.
Let's see.
And 10.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay. Roll for damage.
An 8 and probably a 6.
A d6.
2.
What does the Zephyr Strike add to it?
1d8. Seven.
So you hit him for 9. Okay. You hit the spider, and you kill it. That's enough to kill it.
Cool.
Theoden finally is able to roll over to the side, and he gets up on his feet. This guy turns to go after him again. Fluter jumps on his back, takes his dagger, and stabs it right in his gullet, right in his back, up into his knee. And the dude wobbies around with him on his back, and then face plants it. And he gets off. Okay. All the things are dead except for Stephanie's. What are you doing? What are you doing? You gotta tell me what you're doing. Don't just roll.
Scorching Ray again.
Okay.
1, 14, 11.
Roll for damage on the first one.
7, 9, and 7.
Okay. You cast Scorching Ray, and the first laser of the Scorching Ray almost does like a curved C and strikes you. Turns around and just strikes you for 7 points of damage. And then you take an additional 5 points of damage from fire. So 12 points of damage total. The next ray hits the guy square in the chest, and the other one hits him, and the guy engulfs into flames and falls down in ash. And dead is burned to death. You pat the singed, burned off your clothes. And the battle is over. At least for you. Okay. You make your way back upstairs to the cathedral. What do you guys do? Fluter or Theoden comes over here, pulls his sword out, starts to cut the webbing off of the priests, and he starts casting healing spells. Fluter comes over here to the stairs and sits down. The priest is over here casting spells, and these other priests that were originally gone, you see them actually gain consciousness. All three of them start to get back up.
I can start curing wounds.
You're
Those
gonna go
three.
up,
Yeah.
cure wounds on them.
Yeah.
These guys get up, sticky with webbing. So you're gonna go cure wounds on some of these guys over there.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna find my way out of the basement.
Find your way back up here.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. So you find your way out of the basement. Several of the priests stop you and say, "Are things okay? You look like you've been in a fight. Your hair's burnt, and your clothes are burnt a little bit. Are things okay? Do you need help? I can do some
Yes
healing."
and no.
Here, let me heal you then. So one of the priests begins to cast a heal spell, and you regain your hit points. The priest says, how else can I help you, my child?"
Well, if you can help me get my master back.
"Help you get your master back."
Yeah, your priest leader, whoever he is, he banished my master along with the evil guy that my master was trying to fight off.
Banishment. Those types of spells have been forbidden here. I wonder why. Okay. Who was it that did this?
I don't know his name, but he was in the chapel the last I saw him.
Okay.
He was fumbling through, looking around on the altar for this particular spell, and he cast it right in the middle of when my master was trying to fight off the bad guy.
Ugh. My apologies. I hope your master is okay.
I do too. He's my magic teacher of sorts. He's my instructor.
He's banished? Do you know where?
I have no idea.
Well, my apologies. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. You make your way back up to the floor. Okay. And you make your way out to the area and you see everybody's kind of cleaning up and everything. That fire is still going over there. You guys head over to kind of put it out. You
Yeah.
see several priests get up and kind of head over there and try and put the fire out. At this point, it's burned probably this. And some of it, well, I guess maybe some of that. So several priests run over and they start to put the fire out. It didn't get too bad. And they end up getting the fire put out. Theoden makes his way up here and sees you and says, "You okay? Everything good?"
No, everything's not good.
He, after you get through healing, I imagine you go up as well. Then says, "Where's Elysium?"
He's gone.
He's gone. What
The
does that mean?
stupid priest guy banished him along with the fox guy. And Elysium was trying to fight him off.
Stupid priest guy. He begins walking up the stairs.
Him. And I give him an evil glare.
The priest looks at you and says, "Why did you attack me during the fight?" And the Legion
Because
goes,
I was pissed off.
Legion goes, "What happened?" Or not Legion, but Theoden says, "What happened?"
After this idiot priest banished Elysium, who has been my mentor and friend for years, I had to do something. I was pissed. And that's why I walked out of the fight.
Okay. Theoden turns to the priest and says, "When did we learn such spells as banish?"
Well, I didn't think that banish was a priest spell. It's a wizard spell or a sorcerer spell.
The priest says, and this is the high level priest. The priest says, "Well, I've been studying this book to try and help us figure out what to do with your ring. I came across some interesting incantations and spells in here. And I remembered that as I was battling these guys. These incantations and spells. And I decided I felt that it was the time to use such a spell. And I saw what looked to be a great creature out there fighting. And I needed to stop it."
It wasn't just one creature, it was two.
What do you mean?
One, the column that you saw was my master Elysium's, it was his magical birds. They swarm around him whenever he's flying or using his magic. He's a nature wizard, nature-based wizard. And he was fighting off this evil fox guy that Elysium had fought before in the past.
So I banished him as well?
Yes, you banished both of them.
It was a great spell. It took a lot of strength from me to cast.
Let me see this book.
Shows you the book, and it's got a foreign language in it that you can't tell what it says. And the priest looks at it and says, "I've been deciphering it and translating it and working through it, and that's how I determined how you can cleanse the ring. This book has some powerful, high-level magic spells in it."
How are you able to decipher the language?
Well, I won't talk any on that, but I know some of this language. You learn things in life. He's an older man. Is there nothing you can do, mage, to help your friend?
I'm still learning yet. I've learned many things and I've gained much knowledge, but I I'm still in training of sorts. And my master's been teaching me.
There's no greater
lot.
spells to undo a banishment?
No. Not in my arcane knowledge.
Well,
The only thing I could think of is to do a spell to contact another plane. But that would mean speaking to the deity itself that's on that plane. And that requires intense concentration, and it could cause delirium if it's done wrong.
well, my apologies for your friend. It sounds to me like he was a good man. Eden looks at you and says, there's nothing you can do.
I don't know what else to do.
He looks at the priest and says, how foolish of you to try a spell without knowing all repercussions of it. The priest shakes his head, grabs the book out of your hands, and then goes and puts it back in your hair. Here in the pedestal, where he speaks from. My apologies, Theoden, about your friend. If you need some healing or some other supplies for your journey, please let me know. For now, I must get with the other paladins and the other clerics, and we must clean up this church, for we have services in the morning. What is that spell? Contact other plane. What else you got in there?
No, just my usual spells that I always line up.
Okay. Fluter looks around. No legion. Feeling of hopelessness and emptiness is coming over me. It's like that moment when Gandalf falls down in Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
The feeling of all is lost. Bum 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 bum. Steph's not happy.
What is he saying? Something like scouring for
Fly, you fools!
falls.
As you guys continue to clean up, you can still faintly see the ring. Where the banishment circle was, where it took effect. You can see it kind of has that same type of pulsing that the ring did,
Mm-hmm.
but it's yellow.
Let's see.
She's gonna cry.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. My baby Elysium is gone again.
Shut up.
You need to search your spells.
There's gotta be some kind of reverse something or something like that.
There's not. That's the closest thing.
There is something. I looked it up. I'm waiting for you to find
Not
it.
level 6 or lower.
Yeah, it is. Level 6 or lower.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I can't use another level 6
It's not
right
level
now.
6. It's a low level spell. I'll give you the level. Level 3.
Are you sure that it would do what it needs to do?
I looked up how to do what it needs to do, and that's what you need to do.
Is it a wizard spell or a sorcerer spell? Because I'm a...
It can be cast by a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. But I want you to find it. Alright, did you already look it up? So you know the answer.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple things that I think don't work. But
Did you figure it out?
Not yet.
there's a lot of spells. Really, there's a lot of things to look at though. But yeah, the only thing I can think of.
The only one I can think of...
That's that too, I guess. I don't
well, that
think
wouldn't
can
work.
fix.
Dispel magic.
What does the spell magic do?
But I didn't know if it would work, like,
What does it do? Tell me.
spells that have, already been cast.
What does it say?
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range, any spell of 3rd level or lower.
Keep reading.
What level is the
Yeah.
banishment spell?
Guy doesn't know.
4.
What level is your highest spell casting?
You can raise the level of your spell.
Yeah. The spell magic gets stronger if you cast it as a higher level spell.
You can just use it as a 4 or a 5 instead.
Yeah, I forget that.
What does it do? Magical effect within range. What is still out there glowing in the middle of the fuse?
There's still a circle.
And I didn't know if it would dispel a priest's. I mean, I didn't know if it would.
lost spells.
I didn't know if it would dispel a priest's spell. I thought it was a priest spell.
The spell magic is?
No, the banishment.
That he used, like a priest's banishment instead.
Why wouldn't it be able to dispel any?
It's still a magic, but
Yeah. Probably dispel your wings. Oh, what are you doing? Tell me what we're going. What's going on here? Oh, what are you?
Duh.
So tell me what we're doing. Are you? So do you?
I'm
want?
going to cast dispel magic on the area that is glowing.
Okay. Let's hope someone casts pretty good, rolls pretty good over there.
Shut up.
I've rolled like garbage. So
11.
So you go over to the ring by yourself, or do you have anybody come with you? Or
Well, just in case the fox guy shows up again.
So what are you gonna do? Are we just shooting at the hip here, or what's going on? Silly Billy, you're such a silly Billy. She is, isn't she? So, are you just going over there by yourself to do it?
No.
Okay. I'm glad you think
Not
these
that
things
dumb.
through. Well, it's a good thing I slow you down, isn't it? Because you surely are just shooting at the hip. So are you saying, hey Philly, Phil, do you want to come stand around the ring with me? Or would you like to get your bow fixed first? I think she gets frustrated and she acts too quickly. Allegium looks at you and sees you walking towards the ring and says, "What are you doing?"
Shut up.
he's at Legion.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you cry. Don't cry. Theoden says to you, "Are you walking towards the ring again? What are you doing? What do you say?"
Hang on a second.
Oh,
Meaningful character.
she is.
I mean, you get super attached to a character that you've been with for so long.
She is apparently really attached.
It's cool.
It is. She's got to know that I probably wouldn't kill him off that easily.
Not with just a banish.
I know. Come
Goodbye.
on. She's about to wage World War III there, wasn't she?
Yep. The big FU to the priest was funny.
That was funny.
I was like, whoa!
She's really gonna try to disintegrate him. That's funny. That's really funny.
I mean, random like archpriest or whatever that's just like, yo, I've never done this, but I'm just gonna throw a Hail Mary out there.
Some people do, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
It's funny.
technically it was beneficial.
Well, it removed the most threatening thing on the field.
Uh-huh.
That guy was the most threatening thing on the field, and he knew it, and he took the chance.
It worked out. I mean, it definitely worked out in everyone else's favor.
Yeah. He was killing your guys like they were nothing. Killed 3 with 1 shot.
Yep, he's gonna kill him again.
He was about to. Oh, that's funny. It's her baby. You can't do that. What time is it?
Almost
Uh-oh.
8. Yeah. Get close.
Herring's fun. That fight was cool with the blood dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah. It was clever to use the unseen servant.
Yeah, hold it instead.
Yeah. Where are you working at now?
Performance.
Oh yeah?
Tomorrow.
You start tomorrow?
Yeah.
What project you doing there?
Insurance.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but it'll be inbound calls.
Only?
Yep.
That makes things easier.
Yeah,
Because
and it's work at home.
Oh really? Oh, you just use your computer? Or did they send you one?
I have a computer. I'll be using my computer for tomorrow for like training and stuff because it's just a Zoom call.
Okay.
But I'll be setting that up probably tomorrow.
They give you a computer?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I picked one up yesterday from them.
That's cool.
I'll just be hooking that up to my monitor. So. It'll be nice to have an income again.
Yeah. You all better?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the plan, Stan?
Oh,
What's the plan, Stan?
well, I already casted Dispel Magic on that, but it only rolled to 11.
So
I would
let's.
need to do it again, because it probably wasn't enough.
Probably not. So are you going to just do it again or are you going to ask for help? Apparently you're just doing it again.
Who else can help me? I mean, nobody else can help me.
Well, you can get some of your pals around the area.
They don't have they don't do magic.
Well, I think that or was it your idea? Someone said something that was really smart.
I think you ended up mentioning it. I don't know. I might have mentioned it, but I'm pretty sure that both of them will come back.
Oh, well, I did.
So
I thought that everybody was already around me. It's just that you didn't move anybody.
well, you didn't say anything. You just went and started casting the spell magic.
No, I said somebody would need to come with me, just in case Mr. Fox guy comes back.
Okay.
Alright.
That's what I said.
Okay. So they all go around you and they say, so you're going to dispel this banishment and we expect them all to come back. So be on their guard.
Yes.
Okay. So is everybody standing around the circle or where is everybody?
Let's all stand in a circle around a circle.
So you're here. You with it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say that Fluter does it too. The priest guy does too.
It's a nice one.
We'll say a couple of these other priests are here to help.
What about these guys? Are they?
They'll come too. They come to see. Okay. You ready for this?
Hope so.
Ta-da-da.
Go.
Wait, let me get some spells on the ready.
Billy. Are you deducting your spells as you cast them?
Well, some of these are like level 2s, and I have a lot of them, and then some are level 1s,
Okay.
and level 0s cantrips. So I don't need to.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic. What is up with my stupid rolls?
What was it?
6. Roll, damn you. See, this is. I mean, it doesn't matter what surface I roll on, I still get crappy rolls.
Did you roll any ones in that?
I mean, I didn't roll very well the entire time.
Well, I got 18.
Okay.
Like 20 million rolls.
So you didn't roll any zeros though, or ones, right? Because you know what happens when you roll ones.
Not that I saw. They were like 4,
Okay.
6,
Well,
9.
Well, let's give you a do-over on it, so then I'll allow it. But normally, if you roll that many times, you got.
I mean, I have to succeed no matter what. I have to keep doing it, so it's like.
You may have to go to bed though, and then wake up and come back the next day to let your spells react. Teasing you. Okay. You cast it, and the runes start to glow again. And it starts to glow bright, and then all of a sudden there's a pillar of yellow light that comes out of it. And as the pillar fades, there's a whole bunch of birds spinning around, and the birds cause a shockwave as they scatter. And Allegium and the fox are standing right in front of you.
Alright.
And the fox does a quick
Backflip.
back, almost like a quick like flick. And you're right behind him. So it topples over, both of you kind of topple over. Kind of rolls back up. And he looks at the group and says, well, I see what's happened here. Allegium is standing. And the fox says, I'll get you next time. A glowing red orb begins to solidify behind him. And he jumps back into it, and the orb disappears. And dissolves and disappears. And he's gone. And Legion falls to the ground. Looks like he's exhausted. He looks severely battle wounded.
Somebody help me. Well, I'm gonna get to my feet and
The priests all rush to Legion's aid and start casting some healing spells. They all start to work on the Legion to try and heal him. when you get back to your feet. You rush there and give him a big old kiss. Oh God! Tears are flooding down your eyes. Oh, you're alive. Oh, my love. I mean, Allegiant. My love. And guess what?
Don't make me choke on the drink.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will end it tonight. You give him a big old wet one?
No. I was gonna take him up to his room and take.
Oh my
Let him
God! What are you doing?
Let him
I
rest.
thought you said a minute ago that he was just your mentor. I think there's more going on here than that. What do you think?